start. This question, as observed earlier, is of a perennial nature and has arisen more often than not in spite of the judicial pronouncements, especially by this court having settled the question and provided the answer. Stop. Still, the problem is raised either by the employer or by the employee in one or the other form. Stop. In the instant case, the order of dismissal had already been passed before the decision of the criminal case, which ultimately resulted in the acquittal of the appellant. Stop. Whether the acquittal coupled with other circumstances, especially ex parte proceedings of the case, will have the effect of vitiating the departmental proceedings or the order of dismissal passed against the appellant is the question which is to be considered in this appeal. Stop. As we shall presently see, there is a consensus of judicial opinion amongst the high courts whose decisions we do not intend to refer in this case, and the various pronouncements of this court which shall be copiously referred to on the basic principle that proceedings in a criminal case and the departmental proceedings can proceed simultaneously with a little exception. Stop. As we understand, the basis for this proposition is that proceedings in a criminal case and the departmental proceedings operate in distinct and different jurisdictional areas. Stop. Whereas in the departmental proceedings where a charge relating to misconduct is being investigated, the factors operating in the mind of the disciplinary authority may be many, such as enforcement of discipline or to investigate the level of integrity of the delinquent or the other staff. The standard of proof required in those proceedings is also different than that required in a criminal case. Stop. While in the departmental proceedings, the standard of proof is one of the preponderance of the probabilities. In a criminal case, the charge has to be proved by the prosecution beyond reasonable doubts. Stop. The little exception may be where the departmental proceedings and the criminal case are based on the same set of facts and the evidence in both the proceedings is common without there being a variance. Stop. The first decision of this court on the question was rendered in Delhi Cloth and General Mills Limited versus Kushal Bhan, in which it was observed as under. Stop. Para. It is true that very often employers stay inquiries pending in the decision of the criminal trial courts, and that is fair, but we cannot say that principles of natural justice require that an employer must wait for the decision at least of the criminal trial court before taking such action against an employee. Stop. In Bimal Kanta Mukherjee versus Messrs. Newman's Printing Works 1956 LAC 188, this was the view taken by the Labour Appellate Tribunal. Stop. We may, however, add that if the case is of a grave nature or involves questions of fact or law which are not simple it would be advisable for the employer to await the decision of the trial court so that the defense of the employee in the criminal case may not be prejudiced. Stop.